Hello, listeners. It's me, Alex from PR After Hours. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. And I wanted to talk to you just for a moment about the way I get this show right into your earbuds every week. It's because I use Anchor FM. Now, I've told you previously that I've been podcasting since 2006, back when we used stone knives and bear skins and a couple of Dixie cups and string. Anchor FM has really streamlined this and made it simpler for people who don't know the first thing about setting up a podcast or don't have time to learn all the pro tools and stuff, because it's all right here. First thing it's important to know is it's free. There are certain tools that will allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will then distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. That's huge. Distribution is a big pain in the butt, to be honest with you, so it's really great Anchor FM can do that for you, and you're not paying hosting fees. That adds up every month. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started, and be sure to join me in the virtual cocktail lounge on PR After Hours. Welcome back to PR After Hours. I'm your host, Alex Greenwood, bringing you your weekly cocktail of PR and marketing tips that will help you and your business. One aspect of the new normal, which, by the way, I am already tired of saying the new normal about where we are with this virus response, is that most people are sheltering in place at home, or you should be. For those of us fortunate enough to be able to continue to work from home, there's a couple of things that I can offer that might be helpful as you do your inevitable conference calling. And I thought I'd go through a few tips here on how to make sure your conference calls, video, audio, whichever, make them a little bit more pleasant and make them a little bit more productive. There's a couple of things, like some best practices, I think. In the conference call calendar invitation, include a link to the agenda. Have an agenda, by the way. And if you don't have an agenda, don't have a call. There's so many meetings that take place that can be done via email. So if you just have that kind of thing, an email chain of just everybody check in, who's doing what, maybe that's better. Or use Slack or something like that, some kind of Basecamp type software, rather than tying people up on the phone or on a video chat. But assuming you're going to do it, include who the call leader is. Make sure you know who is managing this meeting, okay? And then specify, is this audio only or is this video? Make sure. And if it's video, make sure attendants will know ahead of time, so, they're not in their pajamas, or they can take down the picture behind them of George Costanza reclining on a chaise lounge in his boxers, that sort of thing. So when the call starts, remind everybody. If you're using a computer mic, don't do what I did recently on a conference call and take your notes. It drives people crazy. It's clack, 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 and everybody's like, please mute your computer mic. And typically I don't use a computer mic anyway. I use some earbuds. But even earbuds, that can be loud. So just really, if you're not speaking, just go ahead and mute your microphone, whichever one you use. Make sure that everyone has the materials they need for the call. That way nobody's going, I don't have the agenda. I don't know what's going on here. Make sure you can point to it and say, hey, here's where the agenda is. Check your email. Take attendance by doing a roll call. This is really important. Don't say who's on the line, because then you have this cluster of people. It's me and I'm there and blah, blah. That's just people talking over one another, which is bad anyway. There's so much overlap on conference calls as it is. So just take roll call. Explain how the call will go. Explain what you're doing, when you'll be taking questions as you go or at the end. Usually at the end is better, I think, so that way people can take notes and have a question composed, and we're not, again, talking over each other going, excuse me, I have a question, that kind of thing. Also, there could be a chat box on the side for questions, and then the moderator can look at the chat box, right? When you join a call, clearly state your first and last name and the organization. If it's your team and they all know it's you, just say your name clearly, make sure they know. When speaking in a group that's audio only, it can be helpful to start by saying your name. Hi, this is Jack with AGPR. Don't forget to assign a note taker if you need somebody to do that. If you're not doing a video chat, make sure you cover your webcam. If you don't want anybody to see what you look like, that's the only way to guarantee you aren't on video when you don't want to be and when things are going on. So remember those things when you're going to do the conference call. I think the major thing is be organized, roll with the punches. Be clear who you are. Make sure you're not distracting everybody with your appearance or something over your shoulder if it's a video chat. And we'll get through this. Looks like that's last call for the happy hour here in the virtual lounge. I hope this cocktail of tips, news, advice, etc. was useful to you. Of course, if you need more information, be sure to visit us online at prafterhours.com. You can always follow us on Twitter. We're at OursPR. And don't forget, if you have a question for me, I want to hear it. I'd love to play the message on the show and answer it for you. All the instructions are in the show notes. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it's kind of fun. So please think about doing that. I'd love to hear your voice and try to answer your questions about PR, marketing, management, productivity, etc. Hey, I can even give you my favorite cocktail recipe. Don't forget also, you can support the frequency and value of this show. Please consider being a sponsor. Just check the show notes for information on that. And if I may, I'll rattle the virtual tip jar for you and just say that even if you can't sponsor the show, but you want to keep it going and encourage me, please feel free to throw in a few bucks. It's not a big deal at all. Just again, check the show notes. Okay, I got to wipe down this bar and get things cleaned up. I've got dishes to wash, glasses to clean, fruit to cut up, PR news to read up on, the usual. Join me again soon for PR After Hours, your virtual PR cocktail lounge.